It's great to host the JCB Championship and welcome some of the greatest names in senior golf. It's a fantastic venue and we should be in for some great action.
Hello and welcome to JCB Golf and Country Club, just outside of Uttoxeter in England. It's the 5th regular Legends Tour event of the season, not counting the senior majors. And what a field we have assembled here for the JCB Championship. Vijay Singh just warming up behind us. Ernie Els is here, Colin Montgomery. The list goes on, Rachel, doesn't it? How brilliant is it to have such a star-studded field?
I'm honestly like a kid in a sweet shop. I've looked at the swings, I've been taking videos. It's amazing. I grew up watching these guys, so to see them in the flesh hitting shots, they're going to be tired after the Senior Open, but they're up for the challenge.
Well, one man who is very much up for the challenge of defending his title this week and still riding high from victory in the Senior Open last week at Royal Porthcawl is Alex Chaker.
I don't think it's still sank in, you know. I'm still on adrenaline. I can't sleep at night. Now this is the second night. I haven't really slept a minute, so it's overwhelming. You know, winning one was incredible. Winning then the PGA, that was like something special. But being a European and winning here in Europe, that is the icing on the cake. Really played well last year. I had a great time. It's a great golf course. Last year the course was in great shape. I played well and I beat a great field here last year. So it's going to be the same this year. There's a lot of great players, so I'm excited.
We had brilliant crowds at the JCB Championship last year. We're expecting exactly the same this year, and that's because we've got a brilliant field of players and this incredible golf course. Signature par 3 17th behind me. This is a great place to come and watch. And a player who knows this course and is hosting this week, Darren Clark, has been catching up with Rachel to give us the insights on the layout.
Darren, thank you so much for joining us. Last year, when you came tied third, lot farm, first of fairways.
Yeah.
How's it going to play this week?
Yeah, very different. You know, played a couple of rounds already yesterday in the Pro-Am yesterday as well. So ball's obviously not travelling like it was last year. So some bunkers that we took on to carry and chase the ball maybe towards the green, got to be a little bit more careful of those. And it's just going to be a little bit more, it's obviously going to play longer, but in saying that, the greens will be a little bit more receptive. So, you know, there's a balance there. So it'll give us a chance to maybe fire at a few flags that we maybe didn't do last year.
A lot of undulations. I'm actually taller than you, but no, we're not. But how you have to hit the right place in these greens.
Yeah, it's all about quadrants on this golf course. If you can control your golf ball and get it into the right quadrant, then you're going to have a pretty good birdie chance. But if you don't, if you miss it, with the speed the greens are going to be going up and over hills, is going to make it pretty tough. So your arm play's got to be pretty spot on this week.
Well, you're a fantastic host. Brilliant golf course. Play well this week.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thankfully, it's dry for the start of round one, but the course is playing long due to heavy rain in the build-up to the tournament. Defending champion Alex Chaker was looking to get off to a good start despite not having much sleep since his win at Royal Porthcawl. Keep an eye on these numbers from Trackman here, Warren.
Yes, they're good numbers too. 268 carry into that right to left wind. Perfect start for Chaker. And talking of good numbers, Colin Montgomery got off to a cracking start with his 25-footer for a birdie at the second, following his birdie at the first. He notched up another at the third, but bogeys at 5 and 8 dropped the Scot back to 1 under.
Two-time major winner John Daly started on the 10th hole and he drove the green on the par 4 12th. He couldn't convert the eagle putt, but he did make his first birdie of the day. The Wild Thing lived up to his nickname with 2 birdies, 3 bogeys and a triple bogey in his first 8 holes.
And if Alex Chaker was still on cloud 9 when he started the round, this beautifully crafted shot at his opening hole kept his dream going as he opened his account with a birdie at the first. But unfortunately, he was quickly brought down back to earth with bogeys at the third and the fifth and another at the tough 8th.
Jean van der Velde made a fast start with this sublime wedge shot, setting up a birdie on the second. And he raced to 3 under by circling red numbers on 5 and 6 as well.
Philip Archer was 5th last week in the Senior Open Championship, got off to a flyer with 3 straight birdies, including this 25-footer at the second. bagged another at the 7th, but threw 2 bogeys into the mix, so he's 2 under par through 8.
Australia's Rod Pampling started the week with a birdie, courtesy of this cracking approach on 1. He cruised to 4 under through 5 holes before his first bogey of the day on the 7th.
South African Keith Horn, who lost out in a playoff in Austria earlier this year, got off to the perfect start with birdies at the 1st, 3rd and 4th, and another at the tough par 4 8th, and leads the way at 4 under.
Yes, this year's Q School winner Horn has a 1-shot lead around the halfway point of day 1, with Rod Pampling, Phil Archer and Jean van der Velde in second on -5. And the leader has reached the downhill par 3 9th.
Beautiful hole this 9th, big drop down to a green well protected by bunkers, and that shot right on line for Horn, setting up another birdie opportunity.
Brilliant stuff. He announced himself on the tour, losing the playoff at the first event of the season in Austria. I expect he'll get himself a win. It was De Silva that defeated him in that playoff.
And De Silva, tricky pitch here over the bunker at the par 5. A little unlucky to catch the downslope, but still has a chance to make a birdie there.
Alex Chaker, now 2 over par, will want to get things back going in a positive direction.
Always has been a wonderful iron player, approach player to greens. And there's a good example why. Absolutely crackerjack shot.
De Silva to move to 3 under par at 13.
Green's pretty slippy out here. Well judged, 11.5 on the stimp meter on the opening day. And that's a big increase from the practice round when they were a foot slower.
And incredibly swift given the undulations on the course, and we'll see them here. I think a short putt, but there is break in it.
Yeah, a lot of break from left to right as he putts it, and he just undercooked it. Right line, but needed a firmer strike.
So missed opportunity for the leader Horn at 9. Brilliant fans out here this week at JCB Golf and Country Club. Chaker to get back to +1.
Well, you know, he's a fighter. He's not going to give up. He's clawing his way back.
1999 Open runner-up Jean van der Velde bogeyed the 7th, but he bounced straight back with a birdie at 8 and added another at 10. This second shot at 11 yielded a solid par. Colin Montgomery parred 9 and 10, and he got back to -2 by draining this 15-footer for birdie on 11. The Scot stayed there with a par at 12. 3-time PGA Tour winner Rod Pampling notched a par 5 on 10 and knocked this second shot in tight to set up his 5th birdie of the day on 11. Keith Horn made a trio of pars from the 9th, and he retook sole possession of the lead on 12 by spinning this approach back down to 6 feet and converting the putt. The cracking start continues as Horn looks for his first Legends Tour win in his rookie season. Archer has dropped away, but Pampling and van der Velde still in second. Our tournament host Darren Clark, second shot steeply uphill into the final hole, Warren.
Yes, certainly one of the hardest, if not the hardest hole on the course. High draw to a flag today that's cut on the front left portion of the green. It's almost in the shape of Africa, this putting surface, but that's an absolutely gorgeous shot. Should yield him a birdie. Won't be too many of those today on that hole.
Now Chaker, who continues the resurgence, and a great opportunity. Quite far back here, playing his 3rd into 13 though.
Yes, par 5 where water extends up the right-hand side of the course. Well tucked in flag over that bunker, but that's the sort of golf that won in the Senior Open last week.
Easy to fire straight at the pins when you're in the form he's in. Now Els well out of position here in the bunker on 18, a long way from that pin front left.
Ball below his feet too, coming up onto a green that's elevated above him. Getting a bit of late fizz. Not bad from the big easy, that.
Special hands from the South African there.
So Chaka then for this birdie putt, doing a Matt Fitzpatrick, leaving the flagstick in, and he rattles it against that. So back to 1 under. Told you this man's a fighter.
Now Els to tidy up after that magnificent bunker shot.
Bit of movement on this one, Kit. Right edge putt, softly stroked, nicely into the middle of the hole. And he is at 1 under, good par save there. Crowds absolutely love watching this man play golf, and why wouldn't they?
Darren Clarke should get himself to 1 under with this birdie. He does, and plenty of holes left for he and Els to improve, having started on the 10th. Alex Chaka continued his magnificent ball striking with this gem of a tee shot on 14. That set up a 2, and 3 pars followed before a bogey on the difficult 18th gave him a 71. Runaway Irish Legends winner Peter Baker had back-to-back birdies at 13 and 14 to get to 4 under, but he gave one back at 15. He finished with 3 pars, including this save on 17 to shoot 69. 5-time Legends Tour winner Philip Golding completed a brilliant back 9 of 32 with birdies at 12, 15 and this beauty on the signature par 3 17th. He signed for a 68. Horn played his final 6 in 1 over par with a bogey at the 14th. This lag putt on 17 was excellently judged and he tapped in for 3. It was still enough for a joint best of the day, 4 under par. Rod Pampling also had a quiet end to his round on the tricky closing stretch with pars on his last 7 holes. He played this wonderful bunker shot on 18 to save par and secure a 68. It's a tight leaderboard after day 1 with Pampling, Horn and Golding tied at -4. Ernie Els is looking ominous at 3 under par. Join us after the break for the best of round 2 at the JCB Championship. Day 2 of the JCB Championship. Only 18 players under par yesterday as the course showed its teeth. Rachel, what can we expect from the conditions today?
They're very similar, Kit. We've got a northwesterly wind, same speed, if I've got my forecast correct, and the pins again are in tricky positions. Darren Clarke said it's a game of quadrants. It certainly is that. It's tough to make birdie around here.
We did see a number of birdies out there yesterday though, but also quite a few drop shots. How important is the mental aspect of the game on a layout like this, bouncing back from those disappointments?
It's hard to make birdie around here. If you miss it in the wrong spot, it's a tough up and down, so par is a great score.
Well, we're tantalisingly set up. It's going to be a great day. ...2011 Open champion Darren Clarke had an eventful start to his day with a birdie at 3, followed by a couple of bogeys before he got back to 1 under for the tournament. After this pitch set up birdie on 6. Overnight co-leader Rod Pampling started on 10 and got to 5 under by rolling this one in for his second birdie of the week on 11. Unfortunately, he double bogeyed 16. Stephen Alker bogeyed the second, but he moved into contention by picking up shots at the 3rd, 6th and 10th and got to -4 by holding this fantastic chip. Peter Baker started on the back 9 and birdied the 10th. This approach set up another chance on 11. Fortunately, he only made a par. The second birdie of the day did arrive on the par 5 13th. Three-time major winner Vijay Singh was 4 under par for the front nine, courtesy of birdies at 3 and 8. And this glorious pitch in for eagle on the 6th. He was 5 under through the turn. Ernie Els also played the front nine in 32 strokes and had an eagle, but his came at the 3rd as this swinging putt found the bottom of the cup. He also had birdies at 6 and 7. So the 4-time major winner has opened up a 2-shot advantage at 7 under. His playing partner Vijay Singh and this year's Irish Legends winner Peter Baker are second. The 17th is Rod Pampling's 8th hole of the day, and pin tucked over there on the right, Warren.
Awkward pin position, bunker short, water long. Got to judge this one absolutely perfectly with a strong wind behind them. Ooh, and the carry of 166, not enough to clear that front bunker. It's a little bit of a miscalculation.
Vijay Singh 5 under par, second, little flick into 11.
Has that long, slow, lazy swing, doesn't he? But how about that for accuracy to go with it? Brilliant from the Fijian.
It's a slopey green, that one, but I think we can give it to him. Darren Clark on the same hole.
Played pretty consistently over the 2 days, really, Darren, but no real sparkle. That's going to help as he used the contours, a lot of that around the green complexes here. Have to use the slope.
Well, this is where Pampling's ball ended up. It did hang on to the grass. It just needs to settle a little bit. Not a bad effort, but you don't want too many 6-footers on these greens, Warren.
You don't. They're very slick, just under 12 on the stimp meter as we see Els, his second shot to this short par 4. Again, that beautiful, easy swing of his, renowned for his timing.
He's having a stellar season on the Champions Tour, a win, 3 more top 3s. He's going for a second victory of 2023 today. Tongchai Jaidi. Tricky one for par here off the edge.
A lot of slope downhill, then a little bit uphill, but he's judged it absolutely to perfection. Closed out with a chipped in birdie at the last yesterday.
Now Els, can he read this one correctly? Maybe not as much break as some think from here.
Oh, not quite. It's amazing the desire of these players when you consider Els 75 tour wins around the world and still wanting to grab another title here. These guys are very competitive.
Big putt here for Rod Pampling to stay at 3 under par on the 17th, his 8th.
And he just brushed it in, no trouble at all. How about that for an up and down? Nicely done.
I built it up, but he made it look very casual, didn't he?
He did. Let's hope Clark can make it look as casual for his birdie on 11. Slippy one down the slope and a little bit of upper body movement there, just dragging it away to the left.
We've seen it left on the high side from that side of the hole so often. It looks like it's just going to break so hard left to right, and it almost defies gravity.
Yeah, looking a little bit weary there. Obviously the putter not working over the 2 days. Just the simplest of tap-ins for Vijay, the big Fijian.
This is a great battle with Singh within 1 of Els now. The Fijian beat the South African into second when he won his green jacket at the 2000 Masters. Ernie Els dropped a shot at the 13th to slip out of the lead, but he did hold this vital 10-footer for par at 15. Unfortunately, bogeys on his final 2 holes saw him shoot 71 and slip to -4. Jeev Milkha Singh got himself into contention with birdies at 10 and 12. He saved par with this delicate chip at the par 3 14th and remained at 5 under with 1 hole to play. Peter Baker birdied 15 to move to -6, but gave that shot back at 18. This eagle try on 3 caught a lot of the hole, but he settled for birdie. A bogey at 4, birdie at 7 and bogey at 8 followed. Vijay Singh took the lead at 7 under after this slick birdie putt on 13, secured a 2-shot swing with Els, but he bogeyed 14 and 16 and finished with 2 pars to set the clubhouse lead on -5. A cracking 68 for Vijay Singh in the conditions, but can Peter Baker or Jeev Milkha Singh find birdies at their closing holes on opposite sides of the course? And it's probably the more likely to be Baker, with this downhill 9th playing a lot easier than 18, Warren.
Yeah, it's just a short iron in. Might only be as little as a 9 iron. He's watching it. Yeah, and that is beautifully crafted shot. That was setting up the birdie opportunity. And that could be so important. Weather threatening tomorrow, or for the final day, not good.
Well, Jeev Milkha Singh's had trouble up 18, and this is for bogey, unfortunately.
A lot of swing on this too, from left to right, and he's just not hit it hard enough, undercooked it. But a really difficult putt, and that's going to be a very disappointing end to his round.
That is going to hurt. Tied for the lead, stood on the tee, and a double bogey drops him back to 3 under par through 2 rounds.
Well, a very important putt for Baker to grab the outright lead. This for a 2 on 9. Excellent stuff.
Disappointed with the bogey on 8, but what a way to bounce back to get that lead back going into the final day. Already got 1 title to his name this season in Ireland. Unfortunately, Storm Anthony hit the JCB Golf and Country Club overnight, and the heavy rain continued into the day, rendering the course unplayable, so the final round had to be cancelled. That means the leaderboard at the end of round 2 stood as the final result, and Peter Baker was crowned as the winner at 6 under par. He received the JCB Championship Trophy from Graham McDonald, CEO of JCB. The victory lifts Baker, now a 2-time winner this season, to 2nd in the MCB Road to Mauritius, the Legend Tour's season-long ranking. I'm delighted to say we are joined by a beaming Peter Baker. Peter, how does it feel to be the JCB Championship winner?
Oh, amazing! I mean, yeah, just incredible. I thought we were going to play today. I had to sort of make myself think we were going to play today. Obviously, the weather's been against us, but yeah, an incredible thing. It's just not one of those things that sort of happens to you. It's called off and you win. So yeah, just amazing.
You hit a brilliant iron shot into 9 yesterday. Your final hole, you rolled in the birdie putt. Did you have any inclination at that time that that could be for the win?
I wasn't quite that far ahead, but I did see the scoreboard coming up number 8, and I was 1 ahead, and I managed to bogey 8, which was a little bit annoying. And thought, right, I'm just going to take dead aim at the last. I'd like to be in the lead going into the last day, and hit a good shot to about 3 or 4 feet and knocked it in. So when I come off, I thought, oh, well, it's nice to be leading. And I knew the forecast wasn't great, but I didn't really think it was going to be called off or anything like that. So yeah, it's always good to be ahead, I guess.
Well, it's a quick turnaround for the Legends Tour Trophy, hosted by Simon Khan at Hanbury Manor next week, and we will see you there.